original articles with cutting-edge scientific findings in a wide range of the topics related to the rapidly evolving areas of robotics. We hope that the CLAWAR 2021 will enable delegates to exchange such ideas and to establish collaborative networks for advancement of science and knowledge discovery in the field of robotics and associated technologies for the suitable future. The CLAWAR 2021 proceedings are published by Springer in the book series in Lecture Note in Networks and Systems, which is indexed in the Web of Science, DPRB, and SCOMS. It is believed that this book will serve as a source of inspiration and future innovation in research and development in the rapidly growing area of mobile service robotics. We would like to thank members in the International Scientific Committee and National Organizing Committee of the CLAWAR 2021 for their efforts and in reviewing the submitting articles and for their support in planning and organization of the conference. Thank you very much. Next, Professor Osman Topki will speak. Please, Osman.
Thank you very much, Daisuke. Let me share my screen. I hope you all can see my screen. Could you confirm? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So just change this. Okay, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of the conference and also as chair of CLAWAR Association to the 24th edition of CLAWAR conference. It's rather, of course, as Daisuke mentioned, unfortunate that we cannot meet in person, which we were wishing to, but anyhow, the current situation, of course, has forced us to organize this conference on in a virtual sort of mode. So as usual, of course, for the benefit of those of you who may be new to the CLAWAR conference and the CLAWAR activities, I'll just take you through a very brief history of CLAWAR and the CLAWAR Association and where we have started and where we are at the moment. So CLAWAR initiated, in fact, or originated as a network of excellence within Europe, and this was in fact started in 1997, basically, and was supported by the European Commission. So the key individuals who or organizations which initially started the network were these essentially 4 organizations basically in Europe, including University of Portsmouth, RMA, FZI, and RISO. And the mission basically was to identify key stakeholders in the area of robotics at the EU level. So this was supported as CLAWAR #1 as a network in 1998 to 2002, and then followed by the second CLAWAR #2 from 2002 to 2005. Of course, during those years, the network grew to a large sort of group. In fact, towards the end of 2005, or around about that sort of time, there were over 120 organizations within Europe and outside Europe who were involved in the network. Among the various activities which the network actually had was this conference series, the CLAWAR conference series, which we are into it now. So the first of this was held in 1998 in Brussels, and then every year, of course, it was organized. So we had a whole range of course, conferences up until 2005. And one of the other activities which the network actually started was in 2005, was to persuade the ISO because there was a need for standardization of robotics, and there were no standards for robots of the emerging type. But of course, that the effort which was taken resulted in the establishment of an advisory group to look at the needs of standardization in the area of robotics at the ISO. And that, of course, then evolved into a whole range of activities which we are in at the moment. So 2005 was one of the key, actually, or milestones as far as the activities of the network were concerned. But the other thing which also happened was beyond 2005, the European Commission stopped funding the network because the network was then established very well and there was no need in their mind perhaps to fund the network further. And so with this large organization or network which we had, the idea was to set up an association, a membership-based association, non-profit making, and that, in fact, was registered formally in the UK in 2006. And so that's where the CLAWAR Association actually was set up. And the association also got its charity status in 2012. So we continued the activities of the network as they were, the conference, and also the standardization activities. And of course, as far as the standardization of robotics activities are concerned, since then, of course, we've been heavily involved within the ISO and also within the IAC. IAC in terms of standardization works. Some of the key working groups where we have large, in fact, or significant involvement are the Service Robot Safety Working Group 2 within the ISO, Service Robot Performance and Modularity for Service Robots are the key groups. Also, Human Machine Safety Data is another study group which is formed that we are involved. So within the ISO, mainly we are looking at safety standards for non-medical robotics type of applications. Whereas within the IAC and ISO, there is a joint sort of effort there. We look at the medical applications, basically. Among those, of course, at the national level as well, we do have colleagues, whether trustees of the association are involved at the national level. And in the UK, we have, of course, large activities. The robotics committee, which we heavily have activities within there. And among those, of course, one of the other things which is quite significant, I should mention, is we have initiated in 2012 an area of ethics of robots and autonomous systems, which of course resulted in the publication of the very first standard on robot ethics, which a lot of you, I'm sure, know of. So that this initially started as a working group and then later on was promoted to a subcommittee of the main committee within the DSI. So since the establishment of the association, we have continued the CLAWAR conference series, and and one of the things which we did was from then onwards we went outside Europe as well, and so you can see, of course, we've been organizing the conference everywhere throughout the world. And further to that, in 2015, we also initiated another conference series, ICRIS. This is the International Congress Conference on Robot Ethics and Standards. So that is also an annual conference which we organize, in fact. So the last conference, which was the 23rd and in 2020, was held in Russia, and that was also virtual. And so we are now in the 24th issue of the conference here in Takarazuka, although virtually. And I would like to welcome you again to the conference, and I'm sure it's going to be a fruitful conference to all of you, and wish you all the best. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Osman. So I share my screen again. Please wait. Okay. Now, let me introduce you to our university. I regret to say that the CLAWAR is online this year, but the host school for CLAWAR 2021 is Kwansei Gakuin University, Japan. This is our video, please. I hope to see you at the university when this pandemic is under control. This year is not, but I hope. And please note that our campus, the exact location of the university is Nishinomiya, but the conference hotel was in Takarazuka, so we use Takarazuka on the CLAWAR conference. Now, let me introduce you to the Vice President, our Vice President, Vice President Professor Satoru Kato, Vice President of Kwansei Gakuin University, our university. He is also renewed researcher in biophysics. So please, Kato Sensei.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kwansei Gakuin University. We are delighted to host the CLAWAR conference at our university. I feel our university is a very good place for the CLAWAR conference because Kwansei Gakuin was founded by the American missionary in 1889, the year, the Eiffel Tower, La Tour Eiffel, was constructed as the entrance to the World Expo in Paris. The well-known tower is a symbol of the fusion between 19th century technology and art. As robotics is human-based science, I feel, it must be the fusion between 21st century technology and art. Recently, we have expanded our science faculty and set a new motto for the campus: be a borderless innovator. So I hope the borderless discussion in the conference through internet will open the door to the creative and innovative fusion of science, technology, and art. With these remarks, I declare the CLAWAR 2021 conference open, and I wish you every success. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Kato. Kato 先生、ありがとうございました。Now, CLAWAR 2021 starts. We look forward to a lively discussion. So let's go to the next session. Next session starts at the 3:30 in Japanese time and UTC time 6:30. So let's move to the next session. Thank you very much. I hope to see you at the university when this pandemic is under control. This year is not, but I hope. And please note that our campus, the exact location of the university is Nishinomiya, but the conference hotel was in Takarazuka, so we use Takarazuka on the CLAWAR conference. Now, let me introduce you to the Vice President, our Vice President, Vice President Professor Satoru Kato, Vice President of Kwansei Gakuin University, our university. He is also renewed researcher in biophysics. So please, Kato Sensei.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Kwansei Gakuin University. We are delighted to host the CLAWAR conference at our university. I feel our university is a very good place for the CLAWAR conference because Kansei Gakuin was founded by the American missionary in 1889, the year, the Eiffel Tower, La Tour Eiffel, was constructed at the entrance to the World Expo in Paris. The well-known tower is a symbol of the fusion between 19th century technology and art. As robotics is human-based science, I feel, it must be the fusion between 21st century technology and art. Recently, we have expanded our science faculty and set a new motto for the campus: be a borderless innovator. So I hope the borderless discussion in the conference through internet will open the door to the creative and innovative fusion of science, technology, and art. With these remarks, I declare the CLAWAR 2021 conference open, and I wish you every success. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Kato. 加藤先生、ありがとうございました。Now, CLAWAR 2021 starts. We look forward to a lively discussion. So let's go to the next session. Next session starts at the 3:30 in Japanese time and UTC time 6:30. So let's move to the next session. Thank you very much.